ॐ हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं, शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। निधये सर्वविद्यानां विशजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। There is small booklet available, Aatmabodha by Swami Harshanand Puri, published by Ramakrishna Mutt, Bangalore. So if anybody wants, it's a very nice one. Small booklet is there, so you can get this one also. I am using this Sanskrit Tika. Okay. So we are on slok number 4. We'll chant the slok and then we'll go. Avachinnaiva ajnanaat, avachinnaiva ajnanaat, tannashe sati kevalah, tannashe sati kevalah, swayam prakashate hyatma, swayam prakashate hyatma, meghapayan shumaniva, meghapayan shumaniva. Yesterday we saw 2 points important. One is that every knowledge requires 2 steps. Knowledge of the pot takes place. First, it is a pot thought, that is a ghatakar vritti in the mind. And then pot knowledge, that is a I know pot. Because phalavyapti, vritti vyapti, phalavyapti. Another thing what we saw yesterday is that in the case of the rope and snake, there is a samanya gnana, the existence, something is there, that existential knowledge is there. And the vishesha knowledge of what is, that is not known. Whole Vedanta is what is, understand. So, Somebody else has to come and tell person, this is not snake, this is rope. That person, suppose, closes the door. Still that snake is there. Until and unless another person comes and tells that this is not snake, this is a rope. Similarly, here also, Shankaracharya says, avachinnaiva agnanat. Agnanat, because of the ignorance, and that ignorance is what? Not the ignorance like other object. I know I am. Sat and Chit is known to you. But it is because of ignorance. Avachinnaiva. Avachinna, limited. The self is all pervasive. You, the consciousness, is all pervasive. Nothing else is there other than you. There is no second consciousness. And that consciousness, you, is called Sat, means it is self-existent consciousness. Swata Siddha in Sanskrit is called. And you, consciousness, that is not to be illuminated by somebody else, not objectified with somebody else, it's called self-effulgent. Swaprakash. So you are Swata Siddha Swaprakash Chaitanya Swarup. Nobody has to come and tell you, you are. So Swata Siddha Swaprakash Chaitanya Atma you are. Anything other than you is what? It is not consciousness. It is inert, jad. That means consciousness is one only, kevalaha. It is called kevalaha. That means nothing is there to limit that consciousness. But as we yesterday saw, we think that our existence is between the birth and death. That is a time bound we think we are. And body-wise, we are spatial bound. Body-wise, we are limited. So limited space and limited time. Avachinna. So though Atma is all pervasive, but it is known as limited by body, mind, sense complex. Really Atma is being limited by body? No, that's what Shankaracharya says. Eva. Eva means as though. In reality, it is all pervasive. You are all pervasive consciousness, understand? But as though it looks like limited by time and space. Like Pujya Swamiji used to give the example of Ghatakashaha, the space in the pot. The one pot is a big pot. It is a 20-liter pot. There is another pot which is a 10-liter pot. Then another small one, baby pot. Swamiji used to tell father pot, mother pot, and baby pot. That baby is what? Kullad tea. If you have gone to Rishikesh, you know, they give that tea in that pot, small pot. So when we say this Ghadakasha is 20 liter, this Ghadakas is a 10 liter, this Ghadakas is 1 gram, understand? Is it so? No. Akasha is what? Is all pervasive. Inside also there is a space, Akasha. Outside also there is a space, Akasha. And the wall of the pot Is it limiting the Akasha? It dividing Akasha? No. Akasha is in and through the pot also, the wall of the pot. But that means what? Akash, Ghatakasha, when we say it, as though Ghatakasha. Because Akasha is all pervasive. Inside also is Akash, outside also is Akash. But when our mind is looking at the pot, then we say Ghataakash. And similarly, our mind is at body, mind, sense complex is me. That's where our mind has stopped. I am body, mind, sense complex. And therefore what happens? I am limited by this. But in reality, it is there. So I always ask this question. Look at this question. Pujya Swamiji used to tell, Vedanta is just shifting the vision. You have to shift the vision. When you are looking at the pot, then you say, this is a pot space, Ghatakasha. And you say, there is a Akasha, there is a space in the pot. Now you shift your vision. Instead of seeing at the pot, you see the space. Then what will happen? Akasha is in the pot, or pot is in the Akasha. Look at this way. Akasha, the space is not in the pot. Pot is in the space. Similarly, you are not in the body. Body is in you. And therefore, as though it is limited, though it is not limited, it is ananta. It is limitless consciousness. It looks what? Limited, as though limited. Because of what? Ajnana, because of the ignorance. So, tannashe sati kevalaha, tannashe. When the ignorance is being removed, ignorance is being destroyed, what remains is what? Kevalaha. You are that consciousness. Ek advitiya consciousness. One non-dual consciousness you are. And so ajnanam, the knowledge, ignorance has to be removed. Then that means what? I have to know Atma. Now understand this. But is it like I know the pot? First there is a pot thought and there is a pot knowledge. Vritti vyapti, phala vyapti. Is it the same way that first there will be Ghatakara vritti is there, the pot thought is there. Same way we will have a Atmakara vritti. This itself is a problem, understand? I see pot and therefore I can have a pot vritti, pot thought in my mind. You are hearing my words and therefore the Shabdakara vritti, the word thought is there in your mind. And then there is a knowledge also is there. You are understanding my words. So if as we have to create the pot thought by seeing the pot, or we have to create the Shabdakara vritti, the word thought, by hearing through the ears. The question is, how are you going to objectify the Atma? Can I say this is Atma? No. Therefore, Atma has to be known. Atma has to get into your mind. Then only that knowledge takes place. But Atma is all pervasive. How are you going to objectify it? See, this is where all these meditation people, I'm sorry to say, but this is where the problem is. I know Atma. How are you going to know Atma? Atma is the one who is objectifying everything. You are that consciousness which is objectifying everything. How are you going to objectify the Atma? If the knowledge is required to remove the ignorance, how are you going to have Atma-gnanam? For Atma-gnanam, first the Atma has to be loaded into your mind. Atmakar vritti. But how are you going to do that? Because Atma is not available for objectification like pot or shabda, words of Guru. See, that's why I always tell people just talk. They don't understand what they are talking. एक बार आत्मा का वृत्ति हो जाती है, अज्ञान का नाश हो जाता है. Once you have a Atma thought, all ignorance will go. But how are you going to create that Atma thought? That itself is a big problem. That's why there where Bhagavan said, Avinashi tu tadvidhi. Yesterday we saw Avinashi means cannot be destroyed. That is, it is not time bound. Yena idam tatah. Everything is being pervaded by Atma, that it is not spatially bound Atma, it is all pervasive Atma. But in the next, see, this is where I say Gita is not that easy to understand. Bhagavan said, Avinashi tu tadvidhi, may you know Atma is Avinashi, non-destructible, and this. Vidhi, may you know. But how are you going to know? That's why next verse Bhagavan says, Anashino aprameyasya aprameya. There are so many words are there for the word knowledge in Sanskrit. Vidya, Gnanam, called Prama. Another word is Prama. Why Pramas? Look at this, our Sanskrit, our language has so much depth. Ma means to measure. Sanskrit root ma is to measure. You measure something. So, what is knowledge? Knowledge is called Prama. Why it is called Prama? Prakarshena miyate iti Prama. Same measurement is there, understand? The meaning of measurement is there. Suppose I say this is a book. Now, what is the measurement of the book when I say, okay, this is a 5 inches? That means what? It is limited to 5 inches. The measurement is what? It is a limitation. It is only 5 inches. That is his measurement, ma. That means what? Whenever knowledge takes place, you are limiting, you are measuring that object. With the eyes, when you are seeing this object, your eyes is objectifying this, means what? It is limiting itself up to this only. Am I clear? So that means what? When you are hearing me, that is also what? Measuring. Particular words only you are hearing and particular meaning only you are getting. So that's why knowledge also is called Prama. Look at this. Because you are measuring everything. You are limiting it. So the word for knowledge is called Prama. One who knows the knower is called Pramata. The means to know is called pramanam. And the object of knowledge is called prameya. Prama, knowledge. Pramata, knower. Praman, means of knowledge. Prameya, object of knowledge. Clear? Now, Bhagavan says, what is Atma? Aprameya. Bhagavan says, Atma is aprameya. That means, cannot be objectified. It cannot be prameya, object of knowledge. See, this is called contradiction. In the previous verse, Bhagavan says, may you know Atma. The next verse says, Atma cannot be known, cannot be objective. Then how am I going to know Atma? Because Atma is aprameya. So there, Shankaracharya gives very beautiful bhashya. Without Adi Shankaracharya, it is impossible to understand Gita. Because so much contradiction is there. So much depth is there. So Shankaracharya says, Atma is aprameya because it is already known to you. I am, it's known to you. Nahi atmanam kaschit aprasiddha vastu asti. Atma is already known to you. I am. But the problem is where? What is Atma? There we are making mistake. As in the example of the rope, this is, we know. But what is this? Then instead of telling this is rope, we say this is snake. Same way, I am is known. But who am I? What is the true nature of me? There we have made a mistake. Body, mind, sense complex is me. Called adhyaropa. Superimposition. We have superimposed body, mind, sense complex on the Atma. So now what we have to do? We have to remove the snake. But as yesterday we saw, knowing the rope is removing the snake. But here there is a problem. Knowing the self, but knowing the self itself is aprameya. And therefore, though Shankaracharya here said, Tannashe sati kevalaha, by removing the ignorance, there is a one non-dual consciousness. But to remove the ignorance, we have to have Atma Gnana. Now, suppose somebody is hungry in the dream. Then he wakes up. And he said, oh, I'm very hungry, I want to eat something. In the waking state, he is eating. Suppose somebody is hungry in the waking state and goes to sleep and dreaming, I am eating. He went to Bhandara in Rishikesh Ashram, and Rishikesh Ashram Bhandara is excellent. So in dream, he had a Rishikesh Ashram Bhandara. Waking up, still he is hungry. Why? Dream food cannot appease the waking hunger. In the waking hunger, you need the waking food. In the waking state, because same reality, it's called satta. In Sanskrit, it's called satta, the reality. In waking state, if I am hungry, then I need the food in the same reality. In the dream, if I am hungry, then I need the food in the dream state. Then only the dream hunger can be removed, can be appeased. That means Samasatta, same reality. Now, ignorance is what? Ignorance is at the level of buddhi. That means that knowledge also has to be taken at the level of buddhi only. We already discussed that you, the consciousness, is not against Agnanam. You are the one who is illumining the ignorance also. So Atma, Chaitanya, the consciousness, is not opposite to Ajnana. It is the one which is illumining the ignorance. Now, what is the opposite to Ajnana? The Buddhist Gnana, the knowledge which takes place in your buddhi. That's why in 6th chapter, Bhagavan says, Atindriya Buddhi Grahya. This Atma is beyond the senses, but can be known by buddhi. That means at the level of buddhi, the knowledge has to be taken place, which can remove the ignorance. In other words, that Atmakar Vritti has to be taken place. Now, how will you do that? Because Atma is not objective, it is not object of knowledge. Therefore, Guru Mukhad Vedanta Shravanadi Janya Gnanena. Look at this. From the mouth of Guru Mukhad, Vedanta Shravanadi Janyena Gnanena. The knowledge takes place in your mind through the words of Guru. We have 3 types of the pramana, means of knowledge. Our senses are called pratyaksha pramana, direct means of knowledge, pratyaksha pramana. Then, which is called indirect means of knowledge, called paroksha pramana, like inference. You are walking in the street and you hear something. The shabda is a pratyaksha. Somebody is shouting and you hear the words. The words are pratyaksha. The person who is shouting is not seen by you. Still you recognize, oh, my aunt is there behind me. That is what? It's called inference. You recognize the voice of your auntie. And then you turn and talk to auntie. So it's called inference. Then arthapatti, presumption. All this scientific knowledge is nothing but arthapatti, presumption. Presumption means two negative. Simple way we say two negatives. Or Shastra gives very nice example. Devadattaha peena. The Devadatta is fattified. Divana khadati. But nobody sees him eating at daytime. Daytime he is not eating. Divana khadati. Daytime he is not eating. But still he is fatty. That means what? Two negatives. If he is not eating, he won't be fat. That means he is eating. When Ratrau khadati, at night he eats. So presumption is what? At night he is eating. Because daytime he is not eating, but still he is fat. So it's called presumption. Morning when you get up and you say that everything is wet, water, and everywhere water. What you say? It was raining at night. Because if it would not have been rain, everything would not have been wet. Two negatives. So presumption. Then simile. We are already saying here simile. Pakasya vahnivad gnanam vina mokshana siddhyate. As without the vahni, without the fire, there is no cooking. So it's called simile. You are giving the simile, similarity. Upama it is called. The third indirect means of knowledge is called upama, simile. The fourth indirect knowledge is called anupalabdhi, absence. Suppose I say, do you see elephant on my hand? Then you say what? No, Swaminiji, there is no elephant in your hand. So absence of elephant is known to you. That's called anupalabdhi. When you hear the word elephant, the elephant comes to your mind. Then you try to see whether that elephant is there on my hand or not. Then you say there is no elephant. Therefore, this is called paroksha pramana. Pratyaksha pramana, paroksha pramana. There is a third one is called shabda pramana. Now what we are doing is called shabda pramana. I am talking, I am teaching you, and you are understanding. It's called shabda pramana. Then there is this shabda pramana is a very special means of knowledge. Why? If object is in front of you, then it is a pratyaksha gnana. The knowledge which is taken by this shabda is called pratyaksha. Suppose somebody introduce me. Swamiji, this is Swamini Sadvidyananda. Vinayananda is front of me. Then the knowledge of Swamini Sadvidyananda will be what? Pratyaksha, because she is there in front. Suppose somebody has gone to Kailash Mansarovar, he comes back and he describes everything, then Kailash Mansarovar knowledge will take place in your mind, but it will be what? Indirect knowledge, paroksha gnana. So this Shabda Pramana is very special Pramana. Now, what is Atma? Atma is the Pratyaksha? No. That which is not Pratyaksha, see this word, Prati means in front, Aksha means senses. That which is in front of your senses is called Pratyaksha. That which is not in front of your senses is called Paroksha. Para means away. Not in front of you, away. Called Paroksha. Now, what is Atma? Atma is a Pratyaksha? No. Atma is Paroksha? No. Then Atma is what? Aparoksha. Understand? All entire world is Pratyaksha or Paroksha. But you, the Atma, is Aparoksha. So this book is called Aatmabodha. There's another Prakarana Grantha called Aparokshanubhuti. So Atma is what? Aparoksha. What is Aparoksha? Suppose I want to define what is Aparoksha. Aparoksha is one to know. I don't need to apply any means of knowledge. Understand this properly. Aparoksha means you don't need to apply any means of knowledge. Because you are we already saw, you are self-existent, self-effulgent self. Swatasiddha Swaprakas Atma. So no pramana pravrutti. You don't need to employ any pramana, any means of knowledge to know yourself. That's why Atma is aparoksha. And therefore Bhagavan said aprameya, because no means of knowledge can be applied, required to know I am. But who are you? Then you require all kinds of the documents. And I'm Malaysian, I'm Indian, I'm Australian, then you need passport. I'm a citizen of Malaysia, then you need the citizen card. You are a citizen of India, you need Aadhaar card. Look at this. But you don't need any pramana. You don't need any means of knowledge. I am aparoksha. So this aparoksha Atma is what? Avachinna, is being limited, mistaken as body, mind, sense complex. So therefore, the only means to know Atma is Shabda Pramana. Because Shabda Pramana has a capacity to create the knowledge. If the object is Pratyaksha, it's a Pratyaksha Gnana. If object is Paroksha, it will give you Paroksha Gnana. If object is Aparoksha, it can give you Aparoksha Gnana. Understand? Aparoksha doesn't have any English meaning. Whatever meaning they give, don't use those words. Only way you say aparoksha is self-existent, self-effulgent self. Swatasiddha Swaprakash Atma. It's called aparoksha. But this Shabda Pramana also works differently. So, directly vachya, direct meaning. I am telling you, this is orange, and you understand this is orange. It is a direct, understand. So it's called vachya, the direct meaning of the word. But Atma cannot be described like this is Atma. So the word also not as a vachyartha, direct meaning of the words cannot be there. Therefore, Shastra says Lakshana. Through the Lakshana, you can know the Atma. And we apply this everywhere, understand? It's not only Atma. In every language, every culture, this is how we use our words. Vachyartha also is there, direct meaning also is there, indirect meaning also is there. Lakshana it is called. So, suppose somebody asks me, you ask the address of somebody, and person says what? Oh, the crossroad, I am living there only. This is common sentence we hear. That crossroad, that's where I'm living. That means what? That person is living on the crossroad? No. So what you will understand? You will understand it as that he is living on the crossroad? No. Crossroad, when he say, that means near the cross. You take away the crossroad and you accept the nearby place. So the words which is being used is removed and something else is being understood. That's one thing. This is our day-to-day life. It's nothing new, understand? This mother, father, they are working. So our father is working with the files. He's a lot of work from the office and he brought this all files here and he's working. And then these files are different colors. File is there. Red file is there. Yellow is there. Then as he was talking to somebody, he carried that file with him and he left that one on the table. So that file is a green color file. Now, as he was working here, he suddenly he saw that, oh, green file is not here. Then he looked around, oh, I left it on the table. Then what he will do? So children are playing here. They are seeing that father is working. Then he will tell one of them, hey, come here. Bring that green. Look at this one. Bring that green. That means what? He will bring green color? No. Father is working with the files, so child understand, I have to bring the green file. So here what we have to do? We don't have to remove the word green. We have to add something into it. Green file. The second one. There is a third conversation also is there. We are talking about Shabda Pramana. So we are talking about the conversations. There were 3 friends were there. They studied together in college and they were staying in one room only together. And they were enjoying. And they were good friends. After finishing their graduation also, they were in touch with each other. But the one of them went to America. Then for years, he didn't come back here. These 2 were in touch of each other, so they were seeing each other. But this third one was not. But somehow this third one was in touch with the first one. They were talking to each other, but the second one somehow they lost the conversation, touch. The first one's son's marriage was there. So he forced that friend in abroad that no, my son, my only son is there and his marriage is there. You have to come for that. No excuse. Then this said, okay, I'm also not seen my parents from long time. We'll come, we'll attend your son's marriage also, and I will see my parents. I will spend some time with my parents, my family also. So he decided to come. So he came, he saw his parents, then he went for the marriage. Then this friend whose son's marriage was there, he welcomed him and they talked to each other when he came, how everything, how is the preparation. They were talking to each other. Then suddenly the third fellow came there. As those 2 were talking, the third one entered. And the person whose son's marriage was there, he started talking to this one also. Then suddenly he realized that this one is not recognizing him. So he said, hey, remember this one? You forgot. Then he looked at him. Somehow I'm not able to remember. Come on, this is our Venki. Oh, Venki. Look at this. Why? That Venki, that time, that Venki was what? Very thin fellow. The hair also is not proper. Clothes are also not proper. He's moody fellow, Venki. Now this Venki is what? Nice suit is there, put on a lot of weight, nice haircut, gentleman. in our language. Now what happened? This is Venki. Look at this sentence. Then this person, oh yeah. This is what? That Venki and this Venki. Oh, that Venki, this Venki. What is that? That time, that body, this time, this body. Understand? Soyam Devadatta, Soyam Venki. Understand? What do you have to do? Something you have to remove and something you have to keep. That time, that body, you have to give up. This time, this body also has to be given. What is common is Venki. Understand? It's called something you have to remove, something you have to retain, and you understand it. Now, where you have to remove is called Jahal Lakshana. Jahal means to give up. Jahal Lakshana. Where you have to add something, that means you are not removing green file. So it is called Ajahal Lakshana. Nothing is to be given up from the sentence. You have to add something in the sentence. It's called Ajahal Lakshana. Where you have to give up something and where you have to retain something, Jahad Ajahal Lakshana. Same way, when we are learning this Aatmabodha, Aparuksha Atma, the Shabda Pramana is there, but it is not Vachyartha, it is not Jahal Lakshana, not Ajahal Lakshana, but Jahal Ajahal Lakshana. Understand? Through this Lakshana, we can understand the self. Therefore, Shabda Pramana. And Shabda Pramana has to come from what? Guru Mukha. We have to go to Guru. Now, who is Guru? That also is a big problem for us. Big ashram is big Guru. Big beard is big Guru. White hair is big Guru. Who is big Guru? Who is Guru? In Mundaka Upanishad, the two adjectives are given for Guru, through whom we can understand the self. Understand? There are different types of Gurus. Diksha Guru, we already saw. One who gives us the mantra Diksha is called Diksha Guru. One who gives us sannyasa is called Sannyasa Guru. This Guru is called Sadguru because he is giving the knowledge of Sat, the reality. What is the Lakshana? What is the characteristics of this Guru? So in Mundaka Upanishad, it says, Saguru meva vigachet. He should go to Guru. Who is Guru? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham. Shrotriyam. Shrotriyam means what? What is the definition of Shrotriyam? Shrotriyam means Shastram Adhite iti Shrotriya. One who studies Shastra is called Shrotriya. Understand this sentence. He's not studied, he studies. Now also he is studying Shastra. So one who studies and one who teaches Shastra is called Sadguru. Understand? That means this Upanishad mantra is for everyone. Whoever starts teaching, learning, Saguru meva vigachet. That means what? He also has to go to Guru. Everyone has to go to Guru, understand? The Guru also has to go to Guru. That means his Guru. Then his Guru also is what? So somebody asked, Swamiji, who is Guru? Somebody asked Puja Swamiji in satsang, Swamiji, who is Guru? Then Swamiji said, once who was a student of his guru. Do you understand? Once who was a student of his guru is guru. It's a parampara. Bhagavan also in 4th chapter said, Evam parampara praptam. There is no Swayambhu guru, understand. Guru is the one who also had a guru, and that guru also had a guru, and that guru also had a guru, and that guru also had a guru. So who is the first guru? Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam. Our Guru Parampara starts with Bhagavan. All three parampara is there. Shankaracharya parampara also is there. Shankar Bhagavan parampara, Sadashiva Samarambam. And look at this verse. It's beautiful verse. We don't do namaskaram first to Guru. What first verse says? Vande Guru Parampara. I'm doing salutation to this lineage of the Guru. And that lineage, what is the speciality of the lineage? Sadashiva Samarambam. That which is being started with Sadashiva. Shankaracharya Madhyam. That in the middle we know one which is Adi Shankaracharya. Asmadacharya Paryanta, which is up to up. Paryanta means not and, up to. Up to the teacher under whom I am learning. Asmada. To that lineage of Guru, I do my salutation. First namaskaram is not to Guru, but to the lineage of the Guru. Same way, Narayanam Padmabhavam Vashishtam Shaktim Chatak Putra Parasharam. That Narayana lineage, parampara is there. Tradition, teacher, student tradition is there. Same way, in the Mundaka, Brahmaji is there. Prathamam Sambhabhuvaha Bhuvanasya Gopta. He taught this to Angi Rishi. Angi Rishi taught it to Bharadwaja. Bharadwaja taught this Brahma Vidya to Angira Rishi. And to Angira Rishi went the Shaunaka. So that is a Brahmaji Parampara. Therefore, Guru is a Shrotriya. Not only is a Shrotriya, Brahmanishtam, who has understood the words of the Guru. So Pujya Swamiji used to tell that two adjectives are there, Shrotriyam, Brahmanishtam. So there are three possibilities are there. Shrotriya means one who has studied under his teacher. So he is a Shrotriya. But he may not have gained the knowledge, yet he has to gain the knowledge. Yet he has to gain the knowledge. He is not Brahmanishta. There's possibility we are seeing. Shrotriyam, but not Brahmanishta. Second one is a Brahmanishta. Because of the previous birth knowledge, he gained this knowledge here. He got established in this birth. But he is not Shrotriya. I mean, he has not studied thoroughly under his teacher. So he's not Shrotriya, but he's a Brahmanishta. Like Raman Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, understand this. But Shrotriya, the tool to teach that Shastra is not with. The third one is Shrotriya, Brahmanishta, both. But the question, how do I know somebody is Brahmanishta or not? No way we can know, understand. There is no way we can know somebody is Brahmanishta or not. But we can know somebody is Shrotriya or not. Whether he is a good teacher, whether we can see he is handling the Shastra properly or not, that we can see. But whether he is a Brahmanishta, nobody can know. That's why we have to look for the Guru who is Shrutriya, who is coming under the Sampradaya. So, Guru Mukhat, when we say, the Guru who also had a Guru. Through the words of this Guru, we can understand the Shastra. So, when these words of Guru, when we are doing the Vedanta Shravanadi, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyas. Shravana, listening to the teacher. After listening, we have to reflect on that, Manana. We have to see whether we have understood it properly or not. That reflection we have to do. If any samshaya is there, any doubt is there, any clarity is not there, then we can ask Guru. Manana. Then, once we have understood, still from so many births, we have taken the body as I. So we are having a habit of taking this body as I, and therefore we need Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means we have to contemplate. You know, this is everybody's in experience. Many times it happens that when one of the this cock, you know, is not working properly, leaking is there. You know, water leaking is there in the cock. And so then there is another cock inside, so we use that one. Because this one is not working properly, the leaking is there, so we use another one. The basin, you know, the top one is there, and then another also. The tap was not working, then the downward, which one is there? We use that cock. Then we call plumber. And then 2-3 times we call plumber, then plumber comes and then he repairs that. In front of us only he is repairing it. Then we give him money. Next day morning when we get up, what we will do? We called plumber. In front of us only plumber had changed the clock, that cock. And then now that water is stopped. Still, only 15 days we have used it downward. Still, when we wake up and we go to the basin, we bend. Why? Habit. That as we went, we remember, okay. Yesterday plumber was there, it is now repaired. Just 15 days. But from so many births, we are taking ourselves as a body, mind, sense complex, that habitual error it is called. And because of the habitual error, though we listen to the Shastra, we understand the Shastra, still we again come back to our body, mind, sense complex. And therefore, Nididhyasanam, contemplation also is required. Therefore, through the Shabda Pramana, that is Guru Mukha, we can understand the Shastra. Understanding the Shastra, then that when we are listening to the Guru, that when Guru is talking about that Aparoksha Atma, the Vritti takes place in our mind. We are talking about that Vritti Vyapti, understand? I have to go all the way around to come back to this Vritti. Question is how we are going to create the Atma thought. Like pot thought is there, which removes the ignorance of the pot. We have to create the Atma Vritti, which removes the ignorance. So, through the words of Guru, that Atma Vritti will be created. Called Aparoksha Gnanam. And that Gnanam, because ignorance is at the level of the Buddhi, so in the Buddhi, through the words of Guru, that Vritti is being created, Atmakara Vritti. Ghatakara vritti, same way Atmakara vritti, which removes the ignorance. Now, when the ignorance is being removed, in the case of other object, what happened? Pot thought is there, then pot knowledge is there. Correct? Here it is what? Only pot thought is there which removes the ignorance. Similarly, here also Atma thought is there. Atmakar vritti in the scripture it's called Khandakar vritti. Once it is there, it removes the ignorance, then there is no phalavyapti, no knowledge. Why? Because you are self-effulgent. So, tannashe sati kevalah. Once the ignorance is being removed, you are self-existent, self-effulgent. Atma is there. Kevalah. So, to explain this, the next line is telling Swayam prakashatehi Atma. When the pot thought is being created in the mind, that pot thought has to be illumined by you, the witness consciousness, and then you say, I know pot. But here, Atmakara vritti removes the ignorance. What remains is what? Swayam prakashate hi Atma. Understand? You are self-effulgent, Swayam prakash. You don't need that phalavyapti. I know Atma is not required. Do you understand? You are there. Swayam prakash. By itself, it is illuminating. Atma is already there. Self-effulgent. Doesn't need to know. I know Atma, doesn't need to come. For that, Shankaracharya gives beautiful example. Meghapai Anshumaniva. I told you, every verse there is one example. Beautiful. Look at this example. As Anshuman. Anshu means rays. One who is having so many rays is called Anshuman, the Surya, sun. Suppose there is a cloudy days are there. Clouds are there. So you don't see the sun. Sometimes it happens, we talk from 2 days I have not seen sun. Why? So much cloud. That means what? You don't see the sun. So here Shankaracharya gives the example. Mega means cloud. Apaya means removed, moved away. 2 meanings are. It's moved away. So when the sun is being covered by the cloud, to see the sun, what you have to do? You just have to remove the cloud. That's it. Then sun is what? Self-effulgent. You don't need to do that. Another thing. Do you understand? Suppose there is a dark room. In the dark room, there are one object is there, book is there, and then candle, lighted candle is there. Both of them are covered with another pot. Darkness is there. Now, if you remove the pot from this book, are you going to see the book? No. Why? Because darkness is there. But the pot which is covering the lighted candle, if you remove the pot, what will happen? You see the candle. Why? Self-effulgent. Do you see? In the case of the book, what happens? Even if you remove the pot, you don't see that because it's not self-effulgent. That means what? You need another light to see that. So, but when it comes to the sun, what happens? The cloud has to be removed, moved away. Then you see the sun. Now, this is a very beautiful example, understand? The cloud is born because of what? Because of the sun. Sun only is hitting the ocean and the water evaporates, it goes up and it condenses there and becomes the cloud. The clouds are there because of the sun only. Born because of the sun, it stays there because of the sun, and you are seeing the cloud also is because of what? Sun. Sun is the one who is illuminating the cloud. And that same cloud is covering the sun. Though sun is covered, but with the sunlight only you are seeing that cloud. Understand this properly. Be born of the sun, sustained by the sun, illumined by the sun. That cloud. That cloud is covering the sun. The reality is, it's not covering the sun. Sun is a huge star, cannot be covered by the cloud. What is covered is our eyes. Understand this. Our vision is covered by the cloud. And therefore, we don't see the sun. Suppose, simple thing, with just you put finger in front of your eyes. What happens? You can't see anything. Same way, your eyes are being covered by the cloud, so you don't see the sun. What I'm telling is that, yes, yesterday I said, Vedanta is a vision. Our vision is being clouded. It has to be removed. The cloud, as the cloud is being removed, you see the sun. Right? Because sun is what? Anshuman. It has, the rays are there. Self-effulgent. Same way, Swayam Prakashate hi Atma. Because he means because Atma is self-effulgent. What we have to do is remove the ignorance. Once the ignorance is being removed, I am Satchidananda is known. I don't have to say I know Atma. You have to say I am Satchidananda. That is knowledge. And therefore, as only removing of the cloud is required, that's a vritti vyapti, understand? We don't have to illumine the sun. Similarly, Atma is self-effulgent. Only thing is what? Tannashe sati kevalaha. Once the ignorance is removed by the words of Guru, you are Satchidanand, unlimited, limitless conscious. Therefore, knowledge is required. Karma cannot remove the ignorance, and that ignorance has to be removed through the words of the Guru, Shabda Pramana. And Guru also teaches the Shastra. So Shastra is a Pramana, understand. Lastly, there is a nice verse is there. Lochana vihinabhyam darpanam kim karishyati. The person who doesn't have lochana, eyes, the person who doesn't have the eyes, what is the use of mirror for him? No use. Similarly, buddhi vihinabhyam shastram kim karishyati. Shastra is there, Guru is there, but as I said, Bhagavan said, buddhi grakhya. You have to understand through your buddhi. Your buddhi has to be sharp enough, pure enough to understand the words of Guru. Only Guru doesn't work. And we have to prepare ourselves. That's why the first verse says, Tapo vihi kshina papanam. We have to prepare ourselves. Our buddhi has to be prepared enough to understand the words of Guru. Otherwise, if our buddhi is not proper enough, the words of Guru will be there, but no understanding. Therefore, our buddhi has to be developed. in such a way that we can understand every word of Guru, every words of Shastra. So Shastra also is required, Guru also is required, our pure, sharp intellect also is required to understand that I am that Satchidananda Atma. I am limitless, one non-dual consciousness. Om Tat Sat. Any question? Just feel free to ask, don't shy, okay? If any question is there, you can write. If you don't want to say, you can write also question.
Even in the class, they don't ask questions, Amma.
Okay. Then they can write it and give you. So next day we can do the question answer also.
Yes.
Okay. Then we conclude? Okay.
Okay.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Hari
Hari Om, Amma.
Hari
Hari Om, Mama. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Mama.
Hari Om Mama. Thank you.
Hari Om, Mama. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamini. Hari Om, Mataji.
Hari Om Mataji.